Hello, everybody, and welcome to another figure review. Today, Transformers. A bit of an odd thing for me to purchase, but here we have a look at the box. This is from the R.E.D series, which stands for, what is it? Refined. I'm not sure. I'll probably put it on the thing. Um, but yeah, that was the Walmart. I was just standing there. I was checking the toy aisle, and I saw this guy, Shockwave. Um, it worried me a bit because it is a sort of windowed and plastic-free packaging, which is kind of odd. I've never seen that. But I made sure the tapes were there, and I don't know. I mostly bought it because these accessories look pretty neat. At least the effects do. And overall, I like Shockwave, I like Transformers, and this was essentially me opening it and getting it out of the box, kind of experiencing what they did here. And so, we have the tray, a whole bunch of cardboard inside, and not much else. And then I had to check if everything was there because it seemed kind of small, and luckily, yes, everything was there. And that being said, let's move on to accessories. Alright, so here we have our accessories, and we get a whole lot of them. And even, I guess you want to count the hand options he already comes with. You get one fist, you get a trigger hand, which is in gray, pretty cool, and then you get two of the same hands, but in this weird translucent purple. I don't know if that's something to do with one of his abilities, where he can make his right hand sort of this energized version of his hands, so I'm not entirely sure, because we also get this other cannon, which I assume is for his right hand, and you'll see later I took pictures with him blasting both of his cannons at the same time. And then you get two cool sort of blast effects, very cool, and they poured into these cannons as so you can see that looks very cool. And Megatron as a pistol. Yes, Megatron transforms into a pistol. Always thought that was funny. But yeah, there he is, and it looks very nice. You even get a small Decepticon logo down there. It looks pretty sweet, nicely detailed and painted. Mine is a bit warped here at the front, and it is very sort of pliable, kind of flimsy, but I don't know. I'm gonna try and straighten that out, and I guess you could use the same blast effect with Megatron. So there that is, and my best way of putting this into his hands is by actually putting it when the hand is detached, and then if I can get it on here. Yeah, so put it on when it's detached, and then you just go ahead and swap out this hand, and then just port this with the gun in hand, and there you go. But yeah, it is very warped, so I really do want to straighten that out. And here we have the figure itself, looking very cool. I will say, the art or picture on the packaging shows all these other small sort of paint details and stuff, so that would have been nice, but I know they're trying to stick with their original designs without any paint and stuff. I would have also liked to see more red for this chest piece here, but we just get a clear kind of purple color. In terms of articulation, he's not half bad. I forgot to mention he also has a back piece, which is removable, so I guess you can count that as a accessory. It's just hollow in the inside, but you know, it works. And yeah, so articulation wise, he is on a ball joint, so he can look down, up, not so much, side to side, and some pivoting. Due to their designs and the nature of their designs, the articulation will be limited, but he can extend his arms out that way. And he does have rotation here, which is a bit of an odd. I mean, it's a whole new system I haven't seen, but you can see how it rotates in there. And then this sort of acts like a butterfly joint. It moves slightly, not so much. You do get sort of a bicep swivel with single hinged arms. Nice Decepticon logo there. All of his hands hinge horizontally. They don't really move, again, because of the design of the character. They don't really hinge up or down or side to side, but you can see how much range you can get with them when they're not plugged in, and you can move them like that and then port it in. So that's how you can work around with it. Something that surprised me was hip crunch. So yeah, he can crunch down that much and back about that much. He does have waist swivel, very nice. He can kick up, and these flap to the side, so you can kick to the side, sort of upper thigh cut. He does have double jointed knees, which are a bit tough for me. But yeah, he can get it all the way back there. He can kick his own back piece there, and then from down here it's just very limited. He does have a hinge, and they do go up and down. I mean, that's as much back as you can get, and forward or up. Again, the design limits that, and he does have some ankle pivot in there. But yeah, articulation is pretty neat, and I was surprised. Anyway, let me get him into a pose, and I'll discuss my final thoughts on this guy and what I plan on doing in terms of Transformers. Alright, so here I have him blasting away with this plasma cannon and his regular arm cannon. Looks very sweet, and I love Shockwave, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video. And there's many other Transformer characters which I really like. And I didn't know about this figure line until I walked into Walmart yesterday. I believe I saw the reformatting Megatron, and Galvatron was there too. I picked him up because I like him more than those other two. But, you know, I started doing my research. Found out they already made Optimus Prime, which is going to be essentially difficult to find at this point. And Soundwave, who I really want, but I feel like it's going to be difficult to find him too. I did find Starscream for 20 bucks on Walmart, so expect a review on that. But I don't think I'm going to dive too deep into Transformers. I'll just get a few characters that I like. Next up, if they ever keep making this line, I would have to go with Grimlock, the Tyrannosaurus Rex, but I don't know what form they would do, either his T-Rex mode or his Autobot mode. That being said, I'm surprised I didn't know about this line earlier. Like I said, I like Transformers, and I would buy this line simply because they don't transform, which is why they're called the R.E.D line, which is refined, or whatever it was I put at the beginning. I keep forgetting what it is. Probably the box tells me. Robot enhanced designs. So they're supposed to look very accurate to their robot designs without all the weird lines and segments you have to transform them. So me personally, I don't care about their vehicle modes or whatever. I care about their robot mode, and this line will satisfy those people. Hopefully they keep doing more. I mean, I just learned about it and they don't have too many figures in the line yet, so I don't know if it's discontinued or if it's still going strong. So I'm not too sure in that aspect. And just to quickly get some comparisons out of the way, because he is 6-inch scaled, so you know, he fits. I mean, Transformers are supposed to be huge robots. They're not meant to fit in scale with any of your other 6-inch figures unless you have tiny little human figures. Closest I can get is the Hammond collection, and even then I don't think that's to scale. Humans compared to Transformers are tiny. But here's one reason I was excited for his effects. Boom. We now have, or at least I have, blast effects for my bats. Yeah, it's a weird pinkish color, but it works. It's supposed to be a blaster cannon. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. You can also put Megatron and Pistol Mode onto Cobra Commander's hand. I think that's something that happened in the crossover comics. Isn't that something that happened? I think I've seen it somewhere. If I find it, I'll put a picture up, but you can do that. That's an option. And lastly, a comparison with Dr. Mindbender, because Shockwave reminds me of Dr. Mindbender. If I'm right, he is a very sort of experimental guy. He likes to test things out and create new things and all that sort of thing. So, you know, they kind of match in terms of creating stuff. Dr. Mindbender does his own experiments to improve things at the Cobra facilities, and I mean, they're both wearing purple. That's great. So just to finish up this review, I love this figure. Had a lot of fun, and I took a lot of fun poses, and like I said, I'll probably buy more of this line if they keep going at it. But you know, just characters that I really like and sort of recognize and know a little more about. But yeah, a surprising amount of accessories, which is nice to see compared to what we've been seeing with Marvel Legends and Star Wars Black Series, where they lack the accessories. Here we get a whole bunch of them and some cool effects, and so yeah, I'll leave it at that. I really love this line, and I mean, they cost the same as the regular G.I. Joe Star Wars figure in Marvel Legend. But anyway, that does it for my review, and I'll see you guys in a future video.